So my goal for the next however long it takes is to learn about cysts. There's a specific type of cyst. I believe it's called a epidermal cyst that I really would like to know about, but I would like to know about cysts in general. The reason for this is because I don't know if it's going to show up, but right here, so I'll let you look for just a second. So right there, I have a cyst, and I believe that I was told that it is an epidermal cyst. Um, for the past like 6 years, I've also been dealing with all kinds of health issues, like all kinds, and it's got to the point where I got chronic pain, and the chronic pain is like debilitating every day. So I've been cutting things off. Not really cut, that's the wrong word. I've been experimenting one after one for years, trying to figure out what the heck is going on with my body. Doctors, traditional medical system is meant to help with typical health issues. It doesn't really help with rare issues where the doctors didn't learn that these very basic things in medical school. You need like for people with rare issues, it sucks. It sucks ass. That's basically what I'm saying. So, I've been trying to figure out what's going on. I've just tried a bunch of things. I'm running out of things to experiment with. But there is one thing. So, as this cyst has gotten bigger on my neck, I've felt pressure. That's actually one of the very first things that I went to the doctor for in 2016 was pressure in my neck. And that's also the same time that this cyst formed, which it was much smaller then. So, the thought is there's an experiment where you can get the cyst removed, and that might fix all your weird freaking issues. And a lot of my weird freaking issues have to do with pain in my jaw, under the jaw, face, sinuses, head. There's like, I could list off a bunch of things like burning skin, all kinds of things. But, so yeah, that's the point of this video, or that's the point of this, that I want to learn about cysts. I want to learn about what this thing is, since I literally have it right here. And I think a part of me is making this because, or is doing this because to remove the cyst, it's kind of like a literal surgery. It's minor, but it's a literal surgery and it requires stitches, and then you gotta wait a few weeks and then you gotta take those stitches out. But they gotta like chop you all up over here to get it out. And I just want to have knowledge on this thing before I do surgery. Because surgery is serious, you know? No matter how minor it is. And there can always be complications, which is terrifying, but yeah, I'm probably willing to make the risk if it will solve all my weird health issues, so I'm not in pain every single day. That is the goal. So, that said, let's learn about cysts. So, I just take notes in order to calcify things in my brain. So, let's just start off with a simple question. What are cysts? It's a sac-like pocket of membranous tissue that contains fluid, air, or other substances. Liquid or... Okay, I mean, this is a pretty good definition here. So let's say, what is a cyst? Sac-like pocket of membranous tissues, or tissue, contains fluid, air, or other substances. So, fluid, air, or other substances. So it seems like it contained pretty much anything. Form in the skin or inside the body. Okay. Here we go. Okay, so what are the types? We have a dermoid cyst, ganglion cyst, lipoma, which is what they thought this was at first, but then more intelligent doctor or more knowledgeable doctors were like, that's not a lipoma. That is a something else. Alright, I'm looking for the one that I have, and it's not here. Interesting. Well, I think this is the one. My doctors called it an epidermal, but is epidermoid the same? Let's Google that. Is epidermal and epidermoid cyst the same? Dermal inclusion cysts are also known as epidermal cysts, epidermoid cysts. Okay, so they are the same. Oh. They're sometimes referred to as sebaceous cysts. However, it's a misnomer. This does not involve the sebaceous gland. That's weird, but good to know. Okay, let's say... I'm just gonna say random notes, or just notes. Oh, wait. Okay. Actually, let's say epidermal cyst, also called sebaceous cyst, also called epidermoid cysts. I can never spell that word right. Okay. I'm just gonna say names. I don't know what that means. All right. Let's just take some more. Let's go into the details. What is this thing? It is the most common cutaneous cyst. Epidermal cyst. Words. Epidermal occlusion cysts are also known as epidermal cysts. Yada yada yada. We already went over this. Okay, I think this might be important. The most common cutaneous cyst. Don't know what that means, but let's try to store it in the brain. So the most common cutaneous cyst. All right. Slowly enlarging, mobile, dome-shaped lumps filled with keratin material located just below the surface of the skin. It can range in size from blah blah blah. Oftentimes there's a punctum or a small dark-colored opening on the surface of the occlusion which connects to the cyst. Opening is may be drained out. So that's what I've heard. I've heard that like every doctor they're like, has it drained? Mine is literally never drained. So maybe they have it wrong. Maybe it is not an epidermal cyst. Oh wait. This could only be done by a dermatologist or okay. With the cyst, okay, so they're usually non-cancerous, that's good. Skin cysts, it can be located anywhere but a comment on the face, blah blah blah. Keratin accumulates within the cyst makes it become sore, painful, and eventually ruptured, and blah blah blah. Ew. Gross. Any concern if it has any of the following signs of infection? Fast rate of growth. Mine's had growth, but not a fast rate of growth. A diameter larger than 5 centimeters. I don't think mine's larger than 5 centimeters yet. But there might be signs of infection, I don't know. Encouraging yada yada yada. Okay, so it does not typically go away by itself unless removed surgically by an excision. However, endometriosis may shrink in size and stay for quite some time, and no treatment may be necessary. They occur at random usually. There are some genetic conditions that cause it, which is actually pretty interesting. My dad seems to get these as well, and his pop and they drain. Part of the hair follicle. Follicle disrupted, or when the surface of the skin becomes implanted below the skin during injury. Huh. Interesting. So the skin on mine is definitely redder than the skin around it, and it's also warmer than the skin around it. But my doctors didn't even give this option. They're they just said, let's remove it. And I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I would have been much more comfortable if they're like, let's spend a little bit more money and see what this thing is before we remove it. So we know that removing it is the best idea. But I guess that's kind of like default, maybe. I don't know. Okay. We left treated. They're not dangerous. They're not causing any symptoms. This is a drainage. Surgical incision. This is injection of local anesthetic to numb your skin. This will leave a small line scar. Hmm. Yeah, I almost wonder if I should drain mine. Like, I almost wonder if I should just get the doctors to drain it instead of remove it. So, surgical excision of a cyst include a small chance of bleeding, infection, and likely a small scar over the area where the cyst is removed. So I should experiment with this. So I should experiment with a warm compress and see if that affects anything. There's a few things I want to take notes of. This is what yeah, this one. So removing a cyst. Yes, this is that scary stuff. Okay, so scary stuff. What's the word? Scary, I'm just gonna say scary stuff related to removing a cyst. Let's say small. Oh, I hate when it does that. Small chance of bleeding, infection, and likely a small scar over the area where the cyst is removed. So it's like the dermatologist that I visited, they were confident that we should remove it. I even asked them, I'm like, why not just get it drained? And they're like, it'll come back. But I don't know. Based on what I've read, will it really come back? I'm not so sure. So it's almost like it seems that removing it may not be as good as just getting it popped. But I don't know. She is a dermatologist, so it's like. So this is what's in my brain right now. So let's Google it. Cyst. Should I have it drained or removed? And let's just see some personal experiences. All right. Drain my cyst since he didn't remove the cyst itself though, and told me that he can't remove it without removing the infection. The whole thing happened 2 days, and I was surprised. This is a good one. So this guy's literally having the same question as me. Down to the bone. Gross. And we let the wound heal while open. Open wound to suck for about 2 without everything exposed. Yes, it will come back. Usually the plan of action is to drain it, take it, and surgery to remove it once it's back to its dormant stage. See if we can find more. Not exactly my question. There's a lot of good info here. Did not mean to do that. Alrighty, please. Thing didn't want to work. Forgot about this one. Get rid of that one. Yada yada yada. Oh, that's shitty. Ugh, I don't like any of this. So it's a quick procedure, requires local anesthetic and a couple stitches. Hmm. So if they miss one tiny piece, it can regrow. It's pretty much what I'm reading here. Ugh. Okay then. Oh, this is just financial stuff. Yeah, we know the medical system sucks. Damn, he's had over 20 surgically removed. Surgery, and if I had it my way, I would have forced. Oh my god. If they just drain it, they're more likely to come back. However, if they fully excise the area and then use the open packing method to heal, in my experience, you are likely to see relief. They need to remove all the inflamed, affected skin. Internal little stitches. Yada yada yada. Thanks for blah 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 blah. The full removal causes less pain. And I haven't had one come back. Whereas the drained ones, they have to pack with gauze, hurts like a MF. Then they'll come back in the future when I have a bad flare up. Interesting. Well, I don't know if I'm learning anything else. Um, so I might want to get a little bit more details on just what they are, but in terms of relating to my case, I don't know if there's much else I need really. Seems like, so let's make a note section. Let's say Redditors comments on removal of cysts, and let's just say like most people recommend removing cyst entirely instead of draining, because draining hurts more and is very likely cyst is very likely to come back, whereas removing cyst entirely usually makes it so it never comes back unless a tiny piece is left behind. Also, removal hurts less, surprisingly. That's about what I got from my journey, looking all that up on Reddit. So let's continue on. I want to see that they had some pretty good details on what they are somewhere up here, and I kind of want to go through that if I can find it. There we go. From the follicular infundibulum, part of the hair follicle. I don't know if I like that definition. Let's find another one. Let's say, what is epidermoid cyst? Is this where I just was? No, okay. That didn't tell me what it is in details. I just want to know what it is in more detail. So they can become inflamed and irritated, which is important for me because I'm dealing with my health issues. We know for sure that a lot of it, like what we can see, is there's a lot of inflammation, and we have no idea why. So maybe it's related to an inflamed cyst. Easy like keratin. Okay, so this is maybe important. I don't have any idea really. So they're filled with keratin. No idea what that is, but oh, it's a protein that occurs naturally in skin cells below the skin because of disruption to the skin or to a hair follicle. Okay, well this is probably good enough of a definition really, or good enough of what they are. So let's just say, what are they? The buildup of trapped keratin usually causes epidermoid cysts. Keratin is a protein that occurs naturally in skin cells. Cysts develop when the protein is trapped with skin because of disruption to the skin or to a hair follicle. Let's make this like that. These cysts may develop for a number of reasons, but trauma to the skin is typically thought to be the main cause, with numerous and underlying genetic disorders such as Gardner syndrome may be the cause. So, trauma to the skin, if there's a lot, genetic condition, maybe some sort of weird. It's mainly just seems like trauma to the skin in whatever fashion that takes seems to be the cause. And then if you don't think about the cause, really what it is a buildup of trapped keratin, which is just a protein that occurs naturally in the skin. But when the keratin is trapped below the skin, due to disruption to the skin or to a hair follicle, this causes the cyst to develop. Okay. So it seems like here it's saying the same thing as down there. It's saying the skin, so disruption to the skin or to a hair follicle. So it's pretty much saying the same thing here as it's saying here. Trauma to the skin. I guess at some point I somehow had trauma to the skin right here. I don't remember that happening, but okay. So, I mean, I guess I'm pretty happy. I mean, I guess the only other question I have, I was thinking about it earlier and now it's kind of leaving my brain. Only other question that I have. Yes, I wanted to see if I could fit my scenario even more after learning this information. So it's like, can an epidermoid cyst cause pressure on neck? And then let's do cause jaw pain. An epidermoid cyst on neck cause jaw pain. Okay, so large cysts on the face and neck may cause pressure and pain. That's okay, so that's exactly what I'm dealing with. Increasing pressure. They can literally cause dysphonia. Now that is interesting because that's literally one of the first symptoms that I had was dysphonia. And then it kind of got worse and worse and other symptoms arised. They are slow growing asymptomatic masses, but once they increase in size, they can cause dysphagia, dysphonia, and dyspnea. Pain, speech disorder, or respiratory. That's literally exactly what I've had. Except mine aren't in this area, mine are on my neck, so that's a little bit weird. Maybe I should read this, because this seems very related to me. Can I see the final... Oh god, I'm sorry. Oh god, I just want to see the results. Okay, so it's not really going to show the results is kind of what I'm seeing here. How big is this? Can I read this for free? It says download, so I assume I can download it. Yeah, it's right here. So let me read this again. I just want to see what the summary is. Wait, I'm confused. The removal can cause issues? Is that what they're saying? I'm confused. The aim of this case series is to highlight the presentation of the cyst as a differential diagnosis for head and neck masses, showing various clinical and radiological presentations, as well as the surgical outcomes after their removal. Okay, no, I don't think this. I'm not thinking it's incredibly related to me. Actually, let's go back. I wanted to do this. Let's say I want to see if I can find someone with the exact same experience as me. Okay, it looks like no is the answer. Okay. All lump under the skin, yada yada yada. Let's check the Reddit, and then I think that'll be about it. Looks like nothing. Okay, I guess that's it. So what did I get from this? A cyst is a sac-like pocket of membranous tissue that contains fluid, air, or other substances. The most common epidermal cysts are the most common cutaneous cysts. They have various different names. They're filled with cheesy-like white keratin debris. Keratin is a protein that grows naturally in the cells. When they get trapped, it causes these epidermal cysts. Usually they get trapped due to disruption to the skin or to a hair follicle. If you have many, it can be a sign of a condition. But typically it has to do with trauma to the skin, which is weird, because it's like I never had trauma to the skin on my neck, so it's like weird. But it also says they appear randomly, so it do be that way. There is chance of bleeding, infection, and likely a small scar whenever you get this thing removed, which sucks, but that's surgery for you. And Redditors, after doing a good bit of searching through various Reddits, various subreddits, a lot of people say that it's just kind of recommended to remove a cyst entirely instead of draining, because draining actually hurts more, surprisingly. And when you drain it, it's very likely to come back, and then you got to get it drained again, and then it's going to hurt again. And whereas if you remove it entirely, it makes it so it never comes back unless the doctor accidentally has like a tiny piece left behind. Also, removal, as I was saying, removal hurts less than draining, which is kind of surprising, but yeah, I would say that is that. I know about cysts now. I know about epidermal cysts. I am informed on what is on my neck. I'm not really happy to move forward, but I'm going to move forward. Maybe getting this thing removed will cause all my other issues to resolve, and that would actually be fantastic. I would be incredibly happy about that. Cool. Hope anyone watching has a fantastic day. See you next time.